Cannabis for cannabis.
Marijuana.
Marijuana.
It's a cannabis.
Marijuana.
It's got cannabis, cannabinoids, resin, weed.
Cannabis.
The old style cannabis.
Cannabis.
Cannabis was
Pot.
Wild cherry.
Marijuana. Marijuana.
Cannabis.
Marijuana.
They say it's a gateway drug.
Cannabis was downgraded
Yes.
2 years ago. Is this a confusing message? I mean, would you like to see it reclassified upwards again?
I really think that we need to take this drug very, very seriously, indeed. And to me, by declassifying it, there's an element of, oh, well, we'll sweep this under the carpet. And it would concern me enormously if people weren't taking this drug seriously and therefore the research wasn't getting funded and backed up to prove what needs to be evidenced, really.
The gateway drug theory is the belief that the use of lower class drugs like marijuana can lead to the use of harder, more dangerous drugs like cocaine. The term is also used to describe introductory experiences to addictive substances. Although other studies have shown that hard drug users do not progress from a gateway drug, but from other reasons such as peer pressure or being first introduced by a harder drug. Multiple scientific studies show that the consumption of marijuana or cannabis can possibly predict a significant higher risk for the use of harder drugs, while other studies show that it cannot.
I started smoking weed when I was 13. I started doing it because I thought it was cool. A lot of my friends were doing it. I smoked so much of it, I developed a high tolerance to the THC in it. That led me to looking to different places to get high. Started lacing it with K, which is actually cat tranquilizer. After that, I moved on to lacing it with coke or cocaine.
A test done in 1999 by the Division of Neuroscience and Behavioral Health found no evidence of cannabis being a gateway drug. A test done in 2002 by RAND claims, while the gateway theory has enjoyed popular acceptance, scientists have always had their doubts. Our studies show that these doubts are justified. A test done in 2006 by Karolinska Institute in Sweden used 12 rats to examine the use of cannabis, leading to harder drugs. The rats were allowed to administer heroin by pushing a lever. All 6 rats that had been given THC took larger doses of heroin. Another test was done in 2006 and showed that adolescents who used cannabis prior to using other drugs, including alcohol and tobacco, were no more likely to develop a substance abuse disorder. Some scientists say that one reason the risk factor for abusing drugs in cannabis users is higher because few people try hard drugs prior to trying cannabis.
I don't think so. I don't think marijuana had anything to do with the other drugs I tried. I tried a couple others and they've been in isolated incidences. I haven't gone back to any of them. Marijuana is the only thing I do regularly. I don't even smoke cigarettes or drink alcohol regularly. I tried shrooms on a few occasions. Nothing too serious with that. I've tried ecstasy once. No desire to continue to do them.
Well, if you ask parents, would you like to get rid of the cannabis policy, I think there's a majority of the parents that would say that's unwise. Let's keep it like this.
One of the arguments against decriminalizing cannabis has been that soft drug use leads young people to such things as cocaine and heroin, but the Dutch experience indicates otherwise. 20 years ago, 9.9% of hard drug addicts were young people. Today, that figure has dropped to just 1.2%. And overall, the Netherlands has the lowest percentage of hard drug users of any major European country. And the argument that decriminalization encourages drug use among the young, again, the Dutch experience. 28% of young people here report that they have tried cannabis at least once. Yet in the United States, where there is a war on drugs, that figure is 41%.
The only reason you can plausibly believe marijuana is a gateway drug is this. the fact that it is illegal. Bear with me here. Why don't they consider alcohol the gateway drug? There are lots of people who drink and then don't smoke pot, because it's legal and accepted. A kid will go smoke some weed, and he has to buy it off a dealer who lots of times will have harder drugs to expose them to and convince them into it, because there is peer pressure, and it's not as common as people say. There's more peer pressure for hard drugs than there is for marijuana. Because when people start doing hard drugs, they feel like a drug addict. They feel like less of an addict when they do it with a friend. But the only reason it's plausible is because it's against the law. Because kids will have the mindset, well, they lied to me about weed, because they really are lying to you about marijuana. They're bold-faced lies about pot nowadays. So when when a kid finally realizes that pot is nowhere near as intense, does not cause hallucinations like people say, etc., they go, well, weed didn't fuck my life up, like they said, da-da-da-da. Maybe they're bullshitting me about cocaine. So in this is the only one way. There is a plausible reason marijuana is a gateway drug.
All this happened because I thought I was cool smoking weed, which now I've realized that it's not cool. Weed is a gateway drug. It leads to harder and more intense things.
Personally, I don't think that marijuana is a gateway drug. That's in my own case. I do feel that marijuana has the potential to be a gateway drug for certain individuals. I don't feel that that's necessarily the case all the time.